Good morning, everyone. This is James from MA Digital Art. My research is focused on exploring the ideas of chaos and how to apply this idea onto an interactive installation, which explains the relationship between human being and the social world. During writing my research paper, I found how the traditional Chinese philosophy explains the meaning of chaos is very different to the Western culture. It considered chaos is a status of fascinating beauty, and at the same time it is untouchable, invisible, and formless. And this idea brings me back to the bubbles. Bubbles are pure and clear and extremely beautiful. The bubble screen is the first object I made and put into a test, but finally it ended with a failure because the bubble screen doesn't work as I expected. When I set up the projector and projecting through the bubble screen, we can't see anything from the bubble screen because the light from the projector will directly go through, and the bubble screen will not be able to hold any light. The second one is the multi-bubble screen object. The idea comes from a hypothesis. If a single bubble screen could not hold any lights, how about a lot of them, and are placed in different positions and angles? I made a small model which is made of metal wires and a squared wooden frame. The wires become the screen fan to give bubble surface the support, and when it's ready, it looks like a solid object. Actually, the small test is successful, so I thought to make a large-scale one and replace the metal wire with the fishing wire. And I used the lead weights to straighten the strings. But here comes the same old problem. The bubbles will burst. Meanwhile, an idea of chaos I found from the Eastern culture when I writing my research paper changed the way I'm thinking. The burst of bubble cannot be avoided, so why don't I use this special feature to develop my ideas? It's just like I said at the beginning. I link the bubbles to a dream, a beautiful but untouchable thing. The burst of a bubble is just like the dream wake up, the time bringing us back to the reality. In this piece of work, I'm going to present a sensation for disappointment existed between human and the social world. Try to give people a feeling of despair and helpless. Bubbles has been used as a symbol of beauty. If you touch it, it bursts, left nothing but disappointment. And this kind of disappointment experience is my installation trying to express to the audience. The change led me to build a third object. First of all, I need this installation working automatically, so I don't have to manipulate and control the installation. It will totally controlled by the computer and the interactive devices. Secondly, in this installation, I don't want people can really touch the bubbles. There is no tactile involved in this installation, but people interacted with this installation, they will see they're really touching something. I'm considered use webcam to capture the participants' hand movements and project it on this installation. Let them be a part of this work. Luckily, with Ed's help, we modified the power system of the bubble machine and using Arduino and processing the data from the ultrasonic rangefinder successfully triggered on this bubble machine without touching a button or an electricity switch. When people walk into the detective area, data of the sensor will trigger on the program in the computer, and the computer will enable the electricity go through the wires and trigger on these bubble machines start to work. The next step is sort out how to make the bubbles untouchable and the image capture functions of people's hands movement.